The evening train station pulsed with the restless sigh of metal. Cold wind and weary travelers moving with purpose. Everyone seemed to belong somewhere except her, except the thin homeless woman sitting on the far bench with her threadbare coat pulled tight around her shoulders as if the fabric alone could protect her from the sharpness of the world. Her name was Ilara, once a hopeful woman who dreamed of warm kitchens and laughter-filled mornings, but now reduced to clutching a worn backpack that held everything. She owned 3 shirts, a cracked journal, and a photograph of happier days she rarely dared to look at. And as the sky deepened into a violet bruise of dusk, she buried her face in her hands, because today had been especially cruel. No shelter beds available, no leftover soup at the mission, and a guard who told her she couldn't sleep inside the station after closing because rules are rules, which left her wondering, not for the first time, how long a human heart could keep beating when it had nothing left to hope for. But just as tears threatened, she felt a soft tug at her sleeve, startling her upright. And there stood 2 tiny girls, identical right down to the loose curls framing their round faces. One clutching a stuffed rabbit missing an eye, and the other holding a pink backpack bigger than her torso, and both staring at her with wide innocence, untouched by the hardness of the world. "Miss," one whispered, voice trembling or excited. Ilara couldn't tell. "Are you crying because you don't have a home?" And embarrassment flushed her cheeks, because no child should ever have to witness adult despair. So she tried to smile and said softly, "I'm okay, sweetheart. Just tired," but the twins exchanged a look, an eerily synchronized glance that carried an understanding far beyond their age. And suddenly the other one declared with the serious authority only children can muster, "Well, we need a mommy," her small chin lifting defiantly as if announcing destiny itself, leaving Ilara stunned, speechless, blinking at them in utter confusion. The station lights flickered above, like the universe leaning close to listen, and she hesitated before whispering, "Where are your parents?" expecting a frantic mother to appear any second. But the girls shuffled closer, their matching brown eyes dark pools of longing, and the stuffed rabbit girl said, "Daddy went to get tickets, but we've been watching you. You look like someone who needs us." And though her heart squeezed painfully, Ilara chuckled weakly, shaking her head because surely they were just being sweet. But the girls weren't done. Instead, they plopped down beside her, one on each side, their tiny bodies warm against the cold that had settled into her bones. And the girl with the backpack leaned her head against Ilara's arm with a trust that nearly broke her. "You need a home, and we need a mommy," she repeated, firmer this time, as if destiny were not only real, but negotiable with courage. Alone. And something deep within Ilara stirred, a sensation she hadn't felt in years, like light cracking through long-closed shutters, because she had once dreamed of children. She had once imagined bedtime stories and scraped knees and tiny hands, gripping hers with absolute faith. But life had ripped those dreams away and left her, drifting like a forgotten leaf on a winter river. Still, these girls, these strange, bright, fearless little souls, sat beside her as if chosen by fate itself. And Ilara found herself whispering, "Sweethearts, I can't be your mommy," though her voice wavered, betraying the tiny spark of longing she tried desperately to hide. The twins looked up together, stern and hopeful at once, and the stuffed rabbit girl said, "But you can." "We decided," just as a shout echoed through the station, "Miller!" Maya and a tall man sprinted toward them, panic etched across his rugged face, and as he reached the bench, he dropped to his knees, wrapping both girls in trembling arms while scolding them gently for running off. And when he finally looked at Ilara, his breath hitched because now he noticed the thin coat, the backpack, the tired eyes, and he murmured, "Thank you for keeping them safe." But before Ilara could respond, the girls broke free and clung to her again, sending the man into stunned confusion as they cried, "Daddy, she's the one! We found our mommy!" leaving the poor father frozen, the homeless woman speechless, and the entire station holding its breath as fate stitched together a moment that would change every life sitting on that cold metal bench. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe our YouTube channel, The Cowboy Legends Story.